What is up? What's today? It's Monday, the 28th of Promptober, our Promptober drawing challenge. Good evening. I am DJ Kaufman, founder of the Draw or Die Club, drawordie.co. Our Promptober is coming to an end. I've set aside this time to catch up on a little bit of the drawings. Promptober, I'm going to turn this background music down a little bit. Good evening, Dan. Good evening, Hero Hotel. System of Steph, what's up? So I'm going to be kind of just walking through this a little bit, working on my prompts. I think tonight I'm going to either work on They Want Your Skulls or Speak of the Devil. I'm going to work on those two. It's tomorrow's. I will be back on 10:30 and the 30th and the 31st at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. I've set this time aside. Draw for an hour. What's up? What's up, Joe? Box? Art of Rick? What's going on, everybody? Hopefully this is a nice little time for you guys to set aside as well to work on your art. We'll talk about that. Oh, I don't know what happened with the sound effects there, but that's fine. Good evening, Ernesto. What's going on? Just getting started here. I'm going to talk a little bit about what this is. So we've had the Promptober drawing challenge going on. I've set aside this time tonight, just about an hour or so of drawing. I'm going to catch up on some of my prompts. This is a reminder to everybody that you can still jump in to Promptober. You don't have to draw all of the prompts. Ali has just released the prize form, promptober.com. You could draw any of these prompts. The prize form is here, but don't fill out the prize form just yet. I will take a look at that. Let's look at the prizes real fast. Again, thanks to our sponsors, we've got nomadic bags. And again, you don't have to draw every single one. Every single drawing that you do, though, is worth a little ticket to enter for some of these prizes I'm about to show. Nomadic bags. We've got an awesome giant Posca marker set here. We've got awesome squares from Maker's Cabinet, our friends at Maker's Cabinet. Sketchbox gave us a few of their premium kits to give away. We've got Pioneer Travel Wallet, and I'm going to throw in some sketchbooks as well from Dango. Thank you, Dango. Blackwing pencils, we've got the Frank Lloyd Wright set, a couple other things from Blackwing there. We've got a Sketchboard Pro, that's what I'm using here for my iPad Pro. And you can put in for each, if you're not a digital artist, you could just put in all of your entries into one thing that you want. So we've got the ferrule here. That's a pencil extender from Maker's Cabinet, pretty awesome. And we've got the Draw or Die, the custom Draw or Die Fillmore from Rickshaw pencil case. Awesome. I love it. This is one of my favorite things ever, I think. This is so cool. Plenty of room for all of your pens. It's great. Got a couple of those to give away. Another nomadic bag. These bags are fantastic. I travel with them constantly. I'm able to fit like an entire YouTube studio in there. A 1-year subscription to Field Notes. Our friends at Field Notes have given a 1-year subscription to their quarterly editions. We love our Field Notes here. I love my Field Notes. I've got a bunch. And sticky bones. Alicia updated the graphics, so if you know what sticky bones are, they're little armatures. And right now, the prize entry, the giveaway form is up. So if you're all done and you've given up, or if you've done all of your drawings already, you can fill this out, but please don't fill it out twice. She will definitely delete your other entry. And we will be here on the 3rd of November for the giveaways on Sunday, the 3rd, I do believe, if I'm getting that correctly. But tonight, I've set this time aside to do some drawing here. So I'm going to work on, I think I want to work on They Want your skulls. That's tomorrow's, but I've got a specific idea for that one. Let's go. Tweeter comic strips, what's up? How's it going? So, and again, I'm at DJ Kaufman on all socials as well. So I'm going to work on They Want Your Skulls, because I've got a specific idea in mind, I think, for this one. So I'm just going to go ahead and draw small here. Again, this is just some chill out time we've set aside. I had a busy day at work today. I've been up since, I don't know, I woke up around 4:30 today. Got a little head start, finished up a comic strip, and then, finished up a comic strip, a lot of meetings. Chris Faison started today at the job, the new artist. I finished up writing, well, pretty much the finished writings of a new issue of something for VFriends that Chris is working on. I'm feeling really good about that. Gosh, that's fun to work on. Did a lot of like that kind of stuff today, and a little bit of drawing. Did a VFriend stream at 8 a.m. Now I'm back here drawing my stuff for the drawing club here. And again, if you're feeling behind, I'm way behind. I don't have all the prompts done. I'm just kind of riffing here. I was away, and I think it's perfect because I was feeling a little embarrassed. Like, I'm like, oh man, I'm not getting the prompts done, and this is the contest that I'm running. But Ali said, well, actually, it's probably pretty good that you're just like them, because everybody else is busy, and a lot of people don't finish these drawing challenges. And that's probably one of the lessons, is that you don't have to finish. And that's why we have it, so that you can win a prize even with just one drawing. What was that? A little thing flashed here. Weird. Interesting. Okay. Fine. So if you have any questions while I'm drawing, you can see like I'm drawing a little something something. This is for They Want Your Skulls. I kind of had the idea for predators. So I'm going to draw like a predator, I think. That's neat. Can you see it already a little bit? That's how I start everything. I just start with a little small sketch. I'm going to fade out that sketch and work on the top of it. What's up, Charlie? Charlando? How's it going? Taking a little time here to, well, that staples in there. Let me get rid of that. Move this over. So I'm going with the predator. I haven't drawn a predator in a long time, so I'm going to try and do it without the mask. They've got the weird face, It's kind of a Halloween. I've seen people dress up like the Predator for Halloween. It's scary. It's freaky. Thought that would be fun to do. I might not get it exact, but I'll get it enough. I might even ink this one up. I don't know. Let's see. It's not about perfection. I should be able to have something cool drawn up here within this hour. Yesterday I was showing that you don't have to spend a lot of time to catch up. Either you can just work on pencil drawings, anything that you put in for the drawing prompts, you know. I don't want you to cheat. I'd like you to put a little effort in, but if you know, whatever you have time to do would be fine. Kind of working it out. Again, the Promptober.com, if you've been working on your Promptobers, the prize form is up. We'll take a look at that one more time tonight. But this is just some time to say, like, hey, I hope you're spending some time working for yourself. I just did the same thing. I could have easily just called it a day, put in a lot of work today. Friends, I could have just said, you know what, I'm going to go sit on the couch and do nothing for a couple hours or an hour and a half. But instead, I decided to set this time aside and work a little bit on my prompts. And I'm just going to kind of free flow it a little bit here with the predator. They want your skulls as the prompt. That's what I'm going with as a predator. That's fun. It's scary. The final cutoff for drawings would be, I think by Saturday, midnight, I think. Let's take a look if it's on there. I'm curious now too. The FAQ on the website. Where is the Allie? We're here. She'd be able to answer this. Probably. I think you probably have until visit between 10:25 and 11:04 to complete an entry form to win. I think she might need to fix that, because the drawing is on Sunday, November 3rd. So I'm going to say by midnight Saturday, you should have those in. That way she has some time. So the sooner the better in November, I'd say. And again, every single one of these drawings works for a ticket. Let's take a look at the prize form, actually. Let's just, you click that button there. It should be very easy to look at here. My internet's a little slow. A little slow today. This is good to look at. So basically, you'll walk through this form and you'll complete the questions. You know, your email, your legal name, age as of that 11/3. So 11/3 is definitely the deadline. Mailing address. We need your mailing address so we can send you prizes. And then you'll click which social media platforms you put them on or other. If you didn't and you put them in a Google folder, whatever you wanted to do, you got to post them somewhere for us to see. Please list your profile names on the social media you used for Promptober, example at Ali C or at DJ Kaufman. So you would go ahead and put your answers there. And then how many entries did you earn during Promptober? Follow the instructions below to calculate your entries. So you should know, as of today, how many prompts from the card above did you draw and post to social media or Discord tagging Promptober and Draw or Dico. Then you put your answer in there. So you might say 31. And now each prompt equals one entry. How many entries do you claim? Must be a number between 1 and 31. Put in your claim, and then now what you're going to do is divvy up, because if you don't want this backpack, you don't have to go for it. you can put all 31 of your tickets into one. Like, say you want all the Poscas, you would just say 13 tickets in there. You'd split up your 31. Even if you only have 10 drawings done, you'd say, I want all 10 in here for Sketchboard Pro. And then this goes into a special form. So you can kind of pick the prizes that you want, which is kind of how we wanted to do it. So if you're not interested in any of these other things, you go ahead and just put what you want, which is cool. I like it that way. And then at the end, we're going to use randomizer or random.com to do the final drawings on Sunday evening on the 3rd, 7 p.m. So that's how that's going to work. Hopefully that's helpful. I'll walk through it again, probably on the 30th and 31st streams. But I definitely just kind of wanted to, get on here and work a bit. Dan saw I was up at New York Comic Con and I was drawing, nonstop at the VFriends booth. I didn't have a whole lot of time for really much anything else, which is fine because I'm really well invested in the VFriends world, which I'm totally happy with. So everything I do for the drawing club is just a little extracurricular. I do enjoy it. I feel bad when I'm not, engaging as much as I used to. But I have a job as well, and look at these abs on this predator. He's been working out, pumping all these skulls here. Yeah, I was cranking him out there at the Comic-Con, New York Comic-Con. I would say that it's not the busiest. It was a very busy Comic-Con for sure, New York Comic-Con, but it's not the busiest Comic-Con I've ever been to. I think the busiest Comic-Con I was ever at was definitely San Diego Comic-Con. Was a lot busier at one point, where you couldn't even walk at all from like anywhere to anywhere. But I like New York Comic-Con because there's definitely a lot more comics. San Diego Comic-Con kind of got overrun with movies and whatnot, which nothing wrong with that, but it really kind of... I talked, another thing about the Comic-Cons is I've talked to multiple people now where I asked if they went to Artist Alley downstairs, and they said they didn't even know it was there. So I'm like, ooh, that kind of sucks for the artists that post up in there, I'd say. Maybe that just wasn't their interest. It's not. But I thought, for me, I'm like, Artist Alley is one of the coolest spots because you get to see the actual, artists doing their things. Oh. I'm just going to go ahead and draw that's why draw like a random hand shape here. That's why these drawing exercises that we do in the drawing club for like hand practice, things like that, kind of comes in handy when you're trying to draw quickly. And then I can work it out in like the inking stage. This is kind of a big skull. Doesn't have to be a human skull either. It can be, a demon skull. It could be anything I want. A Yeti skull, something like that. think all in all, I just hope that people are having fun with their drawings. I'm hearing from a lot of people. I'm getting tagged a lot, which is great. Some people were worried about tagging me or tagging Draw or Die and tagging me. That's what it's there for. I mean, I try to look at every single one. And it's been kind of hard for me to engage with everything because there's a lot. But it feels good to know that people are doing it. People are having a good time. I appreciate that part of it. So you got one of these like double fisting these skulls here. So, I think he has to have a, one of his claw thingies. That's fun. Yeah, and don't sweat if you can't draw fast. I mean, like, this isn't perfect. This is just me riffing a little bit, but it comes with a lot of, it's definitely not perfect, but I don't really care because it's looking like, it's looking like a Predator to me. The prompt was they want your skulls for tomorrow. So I'm just I'm not too worried about perfection or anything like that. I'm just kind of getting in here, working this one out. I kind of want him to be wearing like some kind of garb, but more little baby skulls here. We'll just put the shapes hanging off the belt. It's gonna have like all the skulls. Actually just get rid of this guy, just put him over there. If you're an artist out there watching for the first time, let me know. Well, we've got some cool cats in the chat. A lot of members of the Daily Drawing Club. And hanging out. Messed up something there, so I'm gonna go cut and paste, and then I'm just gonna take this down here. There we go. Got some like gnarly nails. See, I wouldn't even like, if I'm gonna ink this, I should say 24. I might as well just throw some inks on this. I'm just kind of like guiding in where stuff goes. It's really quick. A lot of times you might put hours worth of work into something if it were a commission piece or something like that, but this is just something for the prompts. So I think I can actually get in here and ink these skulls up. Just gonna, little elf skulls or whatever. It looks like a Christmas tree full of skulls. So I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm just gonna fade out this pencil layer a little bit, like that, like so. Prompt is they want your skulls. It's kind of scary season. I wanted to do something a little bit different than like classic Halloween stuff. I haven't messed with this old school inker in a while. I'm going to try it. I don't get a chance to mess with that too much. I like it. It's got like a nice, textured look to it. It behaves a little bit differently than my other brushes, so got to be a little bit. I get in here and mess with it a little bit. I'll do the teeth first. I'm going to do what stands out, what I want to stand out the most. Then we can kind of fake the rest of it. Most comic artists do. You can even add some character, like a nice curled up lip there. That's kind of fun. You can go crazy with detail if you'd like. You don't have to. Just whatever the brush wants to do, really. It's kind of fun. And if you're by yourself working, you just get lost in these lines. I don't know what kind of, most artists know what I'm talking about. Sometimes you just kind of get lost in the noodling of the lines. And it feels pretty good. So we got these two inner freaky faces. Freaking predators. Pretty fun. I didn't really promote the stream outside of the email, the weekly email, because I figured if you're paying attention and you need it and you're finding the stream, just a reminder to, hey, no excuses. Set some time aside. Put down the TV remote for a minute. Especially nowadays. This is looking pretty neat. I like this face. Put the TV remote down. And stop worrying so much about what everybody else is doing. And work on yourself. We're in a very weird world right now. But it's always been that way, so it's fine. A lot of anxiety artists are dealing with. I had that conversation multiple times while I was drawing in New York, and afterwards people were saying like, man, I can't create right now. I'm feeling really anxious. And I'm like, that sounds like an excuse. It sounds like you're afraid to suck. So, don't be afraid to suck at art. Like, that's how you get better at everything. But sitting around worried about everything isn't going to help nothing. So that's the worst for artists, because when you don't draw, you feel crappy. It's all pent up. Get angry or depressed. So even just a little bit of drawing every day really kind of helps. I don't know. Just my experience. We've got a whole drawing club to attest to that too. I think we've got now years of people that have been involved and know what I'm talking about. I'm not just making it up. That's one of the little tricks of, might not get all this done, in the hour that I've set aside an hour. Got about half an hour to go. I'm making pretty good progress here. And if I were just doing penciling, I'd just call it a day and say, yeah, that's good enough. But about like that. I'm going to ink this up. I was actually feeling like inking yesterday. I just couldn't. Especially like if I'm inking in the one style all day that's like more cartoony, you know, like bubbly cartoony stuff, and then I try to switch to, you know, a more crazy style, detailed style, it doesn't always come out right. I need a little bit of a warm up. So I'm not really fresh right now. Man, this iPad is very hot. Wow. It's been working all day. It's a workhorse. Thank you, iPad. Don't die. Don't die, iPad. Yeah, I don't know what time I decided I was doing 8 p.m. on Halloween. I don't know if I'm doing trick or treat. I thought usually trick or treat's like 6 to 8. So probably hand out some candy, jump up in here, draw. Tomorrow night in Pittsburgh, we have our drawing club in person, which is always really fascinating because it's like a lot of people that don't know each other and don't even really know about the Drawer Club. They see the Facebook event, they show up. Sometimes people come back. Sometimes it's a one and done sort of thing, but there's a lot of familiar faces that we have at the club. Sometimes 5 people show up. Sometimes 40 people show up. Sometimes it's like a dozen, you know, probably around 10, 15. We just sit around and talk, and people bring different art supplies, and I think it's just good to get out and meet people. A lot of people have told me that they come out because they're a little bit like, you know, hey, I'm a little bit introverted, and I know in my heart that I need to get out and meet people. And I don't really want to meet regular people. I want to meet people that understand me, and that's other artists. So we're a bunch of artists. I won't say weirdos. We're not weirdos, but we get each other and we don't judge each other. And all walks of life come out at those drawing clubs. I think this will probably be the last time I'll do it this year. We'll see, because it gets cold, and the location that I have, I don't really rent it out. We just kind of show up and buy food and drinks and stuff, but they don't seem to mind on a Tuesday. Normally we sit outside, so that doesn't work when it's freezing cold in Pittsburgh, so no. But it's always a good time. All of this is a lot of, you know, extra effort to, you know, I don't want to say like, oh, I go out of my way to do it, but I do. It used to be really close to my work, but I drive down about an hour, and it's worth it though. I like doing it. It gets me out of the house a little bit too, to be honest with you. It forces me to not be a total workaholic. So, because I can get, if I have things to do art-wise, whether it's VFriends or my own stuff, it's just what I like to do. So it's really hard for me to just chill and relax. Allie will tell you, my wife will tell you, that sometimes it feels like I'm just kind of like waiting till it's time to draw again. And it's sad, but it's true. You know, sometimes. But I try my best to, you know, counteract it. I'm just different. I don't know if you're like that or not, but I hope not. Sometimes it feels a little bit like a curse. But I can't imagine being any other way. You got to be yourself, and that's how I am. I don't think it's unhealthy. there's a lot of more unhealthier things you could be doing. It's a slippery slope sometimes when you're an artist, for sure. You can, artists that fall into alcohol abuse and drug abuse and all that stuff, and you can't do that. It's really easy to do that. Depression, self-medicating. So you gotta take care of yourself and your body. I've been not eating the best, so I've kind of like fasted a little bit today, and boy, I've eaten a lot of crap, to be honest with you, lately, between going to New York and drinking some beers and things. Just started to feel kind of like bleh. Gotta flush that out. Get a little healthier. Got a lot of comics to draw. Can't be having any kind of health issues. I ain't got time for that. So somebody asked me how I just keep my hand, like my hand just keeps moving this whole time. Probably almost a half an hour. It's always just moving from one line to the next. And I think that's just, you just got to keep going with it. Don't overthink your drawings. Like, that's not a perfect skull, right? Who gives a shit? Like, who gives a shit? Just do it. Get in there. Like, you can make these shapes and then fill them in with black, starts to look like something. Study some comic books and things. You'll see that a lot of these things are blocked in. They block in blacks, they erase little things like that. It starts to look like something, A lot of little sayings in comic art and in commercial illustration. It says, like, when in doubt, black it out. Give him his little abs. This has to be a skull here. Let's give him a different type of skull. I did a skull study recently for like a skull, cow skull, and it made me think about the shapes of how the skulls come together for like animal skulls, which then also make me want to draw like little monster demon skulls and stuff. Pretty. Now I had an idea. Well, a half an hour in, your mind starts cooking a little bit with your imagination. This skull sucks. I'm gonna erase it. I didn't like that at all, because it was giving me the idea that I had in my mind was that he is maybe like a robot skull hanging from his belt too. So I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna try that out in a second. Or I could have made this into a robot. No, it's okay. I'm just gonna throw a little robot skull over here. Same thing. I always draw these like, I worked with the Flowbots. I drew the Flowbots robots. And they had these. Kind of skull shaped heads with a little battery pack, little battery cylinder thing there. no Johnny 5. I gotcha. Let me make that a little bit bigger. Someone asked what the Ernesto said, really enjoying the music today. Yeah, it's just some commercial-free beats found on Epidemic Sound. Put them together. Little jam. Just to break up the awkward silence of me going into my own mind sometimes when I'm inking. That's a good feeling though, you know, when you're working on art, you kind of lose yourself in the lines. I can't really do it while I'm talking to you guys, but you know what I'm talking about. Get in that zone. We're getting there. Prompt was, they want your skulls for tomorrow. Oh, Dylan with the Steelers score update. Thanks, Dylan. I even forgot the Steelers were playing. You know, I probably will stop the stream at 9 o'clock and go watch a little bit of that, chill out for an hour or so, and then go to bed, get up and do it all over again. It's a lot of fun. I don't think I'm live streaming tomorrow. No, I'm going live to the drawing club. I'm not live streaming from VFriends tomorrow because I got to jump into some other stuff. We have a couple VFriends people that watch. You know, they want the inside dope. They want the inside information. Look at that. I'm going to make a nice jerk. These predators are jerks, man. Get the little beady eyes. They're looking pretty good. You know. Not bad for, like I said, 42 minutes of drawing. Not all of it was drawing. You know, you can have something pretty decent. Although I know that, again, it takes a lot of confidence to just get in here and just start effing around with the lines. But that's just part of it. You learn over time to just let go of, you know, perfection and just have some fun. Prompt is they want your skulls. I thought about a predator. One of my favorite movies when I was a kid. Arnold Schwarzenegger. When that predator, I don't know if anybody's seen the spoiler alert. The end where he thinks he's killed the predator, thinks he's won, and the predator just like hits up that weird little pad on his wrist and makes a nuclear bomb go off. He's like, "Arr, arr, arr." That was freaking bad ass. And it had like little weird symbols, right? Like, I don't know. I'm just messing around here. He like goes boop 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 boop. Ah ah ah. I think I even drew a little fan comic once where the guy survived. Like somehow the main character survived the nuclear explosion. That's very unrealistic now that I'm an adult. Clearly he did not survive that action. I also just like this brush. Look at this. I can bump this up and I can just go thin to thick. Look at this. Look at how wonderful that is. Just feels pretty cool. And unlike Bristol board, I can just tap it and it'll go away. Nice. Prompt was they want your skulls. There we go. I think that's pretty darn good. I'm gonna I'm going to keep doing what I usually do here. And I'm going to tell you guys that if you're into Promptober right now, go to promptober.com. The prize form is up. I'm trying to go back. Don't forget, every drawing that you do this month is worth a ticket. Each one of these things. So even if you only draw the one they want your skulls, then you go into this prize form and you're able to put in for one of these great prizes. We've got nomadic backpacks. This is the Peter McKinnon bag. I've got mine. I got mine right here. Look at this. Got it right here. I love this bag. This is a good bag. Always handy. It's always on the go in case I gotta jump out of here. In case, like, you know, in case the shiz hits the fan, it's my go bag. No, it's not. It's just got a water bottle and some art tools in there. So, Posca marker set. Those are pretty amazing. Big set. Sketch box. Three premium kits. Pioneer wallet. Travel wallet from Dango. I'm going to throw some notebooks in there. We got a Sketchboard Pro. You can pick and choose which items you'd like to get. Blackwing pencils, my favorite pencil brand. The ferrule from Maker's Cabinet. Maker's Cabinet, they just make some amazing, high quality, heirloom type stuff. We've got these cool rickshaw pencil cases. It says, don't delay, draw today. Pretty neat. Everything you could possibly need to put in here. I got a lot of stuff in there. All right, cool. Nice. Another nomadic bag. This is the Luma bag. It's very similar to the Pete bag, a little bit smaller, but it still has that nice Velcro ladder system. Field Notes, 1-year subscription to the quarterly Field Notes editions. Those are really cool. That's about $100 a year, you know. And the Sticky Bones armature for posing up your action shots and whatnot. I can show you how that'll work. Like, right, I could just take a picture of that if I wanted to. And if you're on a digital art, you know, sort of dealy, like I am. It's harder for me now to draw on paper, but I just throw the armature in there. Armature, posable. You could set that in there, so I could take a picture of it. Like if I was posing this, I'd take a picture of the pose. I could just fade that pose out, and then I could go right over top of that with whatever. It doesn't have to be this armature guy. It could just be like, whoops. It could just be like, you know, I'm going to build the anatomy up over this. And now, like, what if it's what if it's the predator running? Like, what if it's like we have big beefy arms, right? So I'm just using the skeleton. Now I'm having fun. Oh, geez. Shoot. Right. You can draw literally anything. Like, well, let's make the hair going back. You see that you've got the light and shade. I don't know if it comes through there. You can see like the shadow in there, but now I'm making it into a predator. Just because, just for funsies. Right? You can kind of see it, right? Predators usually have those shoulder pad doohickeys. Right. A nice belt. It's gonna have a big leg. They got big muscular legs. Their muscles are a little bit different in their legs. I don't know if you've ever studied predator anatomy. I have. I majored in predator anatomy in college. Just fucking around. Right? You see what I'm saying? If you have a sticky bones, you could literally draw anything. He forgot his pants though. I'm just gonna beef up the muscle on that. It's pretty neat, right? You ever mess with that? You ever mess with taking pictures of poses and then, you know, getting the general action shot down? It could be kind of fun. And even if that's your starting pose, you know, I could start from there and I could fade that out. And now I could just keep building up on it, you know? That's fun. That's how you use sticky bones. And you can do it like, you know, coming at you. You know, you can pose it coming at you and work on your foreshortening and stuff like that. So thanks again, Sticky Bones, for the great prize. Love it. Now, what I'd normally do is I'll put a little... I like to do this too, just for fun. I'm just going to grab my gouache brush and, you know, I'm not messing around with this too much. I'm just going to green. And I'm just going to like paint underneath just a little bit. Do some like digital painting on top of there. Let's do one layer underneath that. We'll put some gray down there. No gray. Gray, come on. I'm just going to paint, you know, just like a wash underneath that. I'm not too worried about if he's coming out of the shadows. That's kind of cool. Maybe even like darken up that gouache a little bit. I'm not worried about layers. I'm not worried about staying in the lines. It can look a little messy, a little quick. We'll change the color up to some kind of brown for his get up here. His get up. His accessories. A little bit of white for the skulls, maybe, or a little peach or like tan. Let's get in there and touch those up. That's fun. Why is it not? Come on, man. Oh, I'm not on the right layer. Oh, there we go. Oh, there we are. Right. Oh, my gouache brush here. Earl Grey Predator. He wants some tea. He wants your skulls. And he wants some tea. He's going to spill the tea. And by tea, he means your blood. I should have written those backs of VCR tape. Well, he's got some yellow teeth though. A little bit. That's fun. Hey, so this was me setting some time aside to work on my prompts for Promptober. Because I'm behind. I'm not going to do them all. You know? I'm just not. I wish that I had time to do them all. I don't. Because my time on the art is for other stuff too. And I'm fine with that. I think just coming to terms with do the best you can with what you got. These yellow eyes here. Let's do that. I don't even know if predators have yellow eyes. I just think it'll look cool. Maybe like a little pink in his mouth a little bit. See that? Weirdos. I could really just get in here and just keep noodling with this. It's fun. You know, you always want to put dark, or that's a little trick that I learned from Greg Capullo years ago. Was like, bad guys always have dark around their eyes like that. So if you want people to look more sinister, you just keep darkening their eyes around their eyes. Right there. And there. From the man, Greg Capullo, the best in the business of comic books. I think he just got into some heat, I saw, for saying his inker quit or something and couldn't come up with the deadlines. And Capullo said, like, hey man, this is part of the business. You got to work hard. It's hard work. And everybody was like, what do you mean it's hard work? You're not allowed to hard work it. You're hustling too much. And he's like, that's just, it is what it is. That's the nature of the beast of comic deadlines. Just, it's true. It's true. That's what you sign up for, bro. That's what you're signed up to do. If you want it easy, then just do the artwork for fun. You know, you don't got to put it on yourself to have a career at it or burn yourself out. You don't have to do that. Look, I'm actually putting a Johnny 5. Sorry, Johnny 5. Not alive. From the Flowbots. Really big throwback there. I haven't drawn a Flowbot comic in a long time, but every time I think of it's alive. There we go. That's 57 minutes. My prompt was, they want your skulls. I decided to draw a predator. Not bad. Not bad for the time that I put in. Reminds me of the Zombieopolis mug. A long time ago. And that's my timer for getting out of here, really. 18 people watching. Appreciate you guys watching. I'm going to put on the outro music. And then I'm going to get out of here. Does that sound good? I'll be back on the... What was it? What did I say? Man, I don't remember. The 30th and 31st at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, I'll be back here on the channel. Make sure you subscribe to our lovely channel here and the newsletter and all that jazz. Promptober.com. Don't forget Promptober.com. All the prizes are up there. You don't need to draw them all. You just need to draw some of them. Every single drawing that you do is worth a ticket towards those prizes, and the prize form is here. Or it was here. Here it is. Enter for prizes. You would click that. You can start filling it out now. Only when you're done, though. When you're completely done, go in, follow the rules. Allie's laid it all out for you there. If you have any questions, you can email us. We will try to get back to you as soon as possible. That's what's up. Let's get into the outro music and get out of here. Hopefully I'll see some of you tomorrow night in Pittsburgh, live, in person. Draw Club. I'm DJ Kaufman on social media. Follow me up, whatever. See you guys soon.
5 in the morning, can't get no sleep. My thoughts keep spinning,
Touch this up a
can't
little bit.
sleep. Morning at work, my head's a mess. I'm keeping the smile, but I'm in distress. So what's the needed? Just give me something. I need a remedy.
see you guys soon. See you back here on the 30th.